Welcome. I am so glad you decided to join us today. My name is Hannah Martinez, and I empower amazing people like you to step into your power, tap into your inner wisdom and your joy to face even life's greatest challenges with ease and grace and a lot of fun. Today we're going to talk about sleep, and the theme is divorce, FOMO, or fear of missing out, and ayahuasca, and how these three seemingly unrelated subjects have to do with my insights about sleep. So let's get started. Now, sleep is a very complex and interesting physiological process that has prompted humans to do a lot of research about it, because we don't really, or for the longest time we didn't really understand what actually happened when we slept. Like, where do we go when we sleep? Do we stay in our bodies? Do our consciousness, does our consciousness travel? I mean, all these subjects that have piqued the curiosity of men, and slowly, or rapidly in some areas, but slowly in others, we have come to different conclusions. Now, it is absolutely true that sleep is intimately tied to our health, our wealth, and our prosperity. Now, when a life-changing event happens in our lives, such as the death of a loved one, a divorce, a loss of a job, it can throw our sleep patterns off. And when we can't get them back into the correct cycle or the circadian rhythm, it can bring a lot of consequences, ranging from the very mild to the very severe. For example, it can create moodiness, it can create lack of energy, headaches, aches and pains, and it can go to severe symptoms and illnesses such as dementia, delusions, Alzheimer's. It is a great contributor of rapid aging and obesity. So it is very important that we learn how to work with our bodies to get the best night ever. Well, I've experienced lack of sleep for many years. It all started for me when I got pregnant. I stopped sleeping a full night, I think as of maybe the 5th or 6th month of my pregnancy. I was uncomfortable, I had a difficult pregnancy, and nothing was going well. And for some reason, I just wouldn't sleep. I could not get to sleep. Then my baby was born, and I was blessed with an amazing angel, but she did not sleep at all. She was not interested in sleeping. She would sleep maybe 2 to 4 hours. And here's where my mistake began. I decided that instead of sleeping when she slept, I was going to take care of all the things I didn't take care of when she was awake, because when she was awake, I was completely devoted to taking care of her and spending time with her and being the best mother I could be. But I wasn't able to do a lot of the activities and things and responsibilities from my home and my work when she was awake. So when she would go to sleep, I would take care of those. And I ended up getting into a routine that gave me between 2 and 4 hours of sleep every night. This went on for about a year and a half. And I remember going to Mexico with my baby. I used to just go home and get sick, because I had to keep going and going and going when I was at home, and I had to be strong for everybody. But when I got home, I felt safe. So I dropped my defenses, and then it was usually when things would catch up to me. So this time I remember handing my baby over to my mom and going into my room and crashing, literally crashing for 3 days straight. My mom would come into the room and move me and see, like when I was a baby, you know, when you put a mirror up to the baby's mouth and nose just to make sure that they're still breathing. My mom almost did that with me. She would like really come and check to see if I was breathing because she'd never seen me sleep for so long. And I ended up in the doctor's office and he told me that I was this close to being put into the hospital for absolute exhaustion. So I went back and I tried to get better with my sleep, but I never really got a deep sleep because my sleep became so light. If I would hear a pin drop, I would be up in a flash. I would go from deep sleep to wide awake, like from 0 to 60 in a second flat, you know? I was on high alert 24/7. Then through the years, I kind of got a little better, but I always had very, very light sleep. Then my divorce happened. Oh boy, I had no idea that when people get divorced, one of the first symptoms that happens is they stop sleeping. And I completely did not sleep. I was going through a period of total fear, total disappointment, just a lot of emotional turmoil. And I did not experience what you would call a peaceful divorce. It was very, very contentious. And it was just leaving me completely depleted and exhausted, and I just could not get myself to sleep. Then I have always been a person who was wanting to just take in all of life, right? I suffer from fear of missing out. So I did not want to miss out on anything. Like if there was an activity going here, I mean, even when I was little, I remember wanting to be in two places at one time because there was something interesting going on here and something interesting going on there, and I wanted to be in both places, and it would cause a lot of turmoil inside of me because it was very hard for me to decide like where to go or what activities that I would choose and actually be present. I had to really through the years train myself to do that. But then so because of this, I decided that I didn't need sleep. I had gone through all these years without sleeping and I was fine. I mean, I was a little exhausted at one point, but I was fine. And I remember repeating constantly, like people would ask me, why aren't you sleeping? And my response was literally on autopilot, I'll sleep when I die. And I went on this loop of I'll sleep when I die for years, and I'm talking over 10 years. Just recently, I participated in an ayahuasca ceremony. And besides it being absolutely magical and life transforming, it gave me an incredible insight on sleep of all things. Things that I went through things in this ceremony. I didn't know what to expect when I went into it, but the insights I got, it's like if you had asked me, I would have guessed everything but what actually it came to me during that time and the weeks that happened after. I think to this day I'm getting flashes of like, oh my gosh, this, right? I'm getting insights on aha moments like daily almost. But anyway, one of the biggest insights I got was we don't sleep when we die. So we become consciousness again. There's no sleeping. Sleeping is a human activity. And it really changed my whole view about sleep and how important it is. And so because I've gone through a lot, I do a lot of experiments and I'm my own guinea pig, I quickly figured out a 5-step system to getting an amazing night's sleep. So stay tuned, and that's what we're gonna talk about on the next video. So check your inbox in a couple of days and you'll be hearing from me again. Thank you so much, and I can't wait to see you on the next video. Bye-bye.